And we are live.
Welcome back to
Hello.
Dungeons and Disappointments, everybody. Everybody, introduce yourselves!
Hi, my name is Straight Up Aces, and I play Arshad Nasorani, the human alchemist.
I'm Despair. Ardrea, otherwise known as Adrian. Hello.
Hello, audience members. Those that decide to watch us for some reason. I am Zephyr Martorin, also known as Black Chain 119, also known as Daniel the asshole that has to cut all this shit.
Do y'all remember where we had left off last time?
Well, I'll introduce myself. I suppose I'm new.
Yes,
Yeah,
please
but don't
do.
introduce your character yet. Just yourself.
I'm Nick, and I'm just hanging around in the chat, just lurking.
Yes.
Yep.
You showed up, we can't get...
Yeah, as a stalker, we just couldn't. Apparently you can't file a restraining order online.
Yeah, it doesn't work. We're working on it, though. We'll get it filed out by next episode. Fair enough. As you all remember, I believe we left sort of abruptly on the last one, as you finally slayed the owlbear.
And Despair is crying her eyes out.
Exactly. And you guys did not return back yet. We left like straight off there as Despair landed the killing blow and dealt with the emotional torture. Zao, never mind. That's right. He gave it that sweet, sweet touch of death.
Yeah, no, I still feel soulless.
It do be like that sometimes. Alright, so as you guys are in the middle of this field, the resting owlbear taking its last breath, where do you go next? What do you...
Well, I have resting owlbear face.
Well, we'll probably give him what to report this and tell him that this problem has been solved.
Oh, sorry, right, there's only three of us there. I have to talk. Yes, that's not a terrible idea. And if anyone in the audience is wondering why my voice sounds like it's been grated by a cheese grater, I am sick, so just keep that in mind. Give me a break.
That's not what happened. He went to sexual chemistry class, and he's learning to be more attractive, and he's starting with his... Don't let him lie to you.
You've got me, I deep-throated a cheese grater.
There it is. Alright, where are you guys headed off to now?
Probably going to head back into town. We aren't that far away, if I recall, so we can just tell them where to find the body.
Alright, so I'm assuming back to the Adventurers Guild to talk to Persephone.
Oh yeah, that lady.
I guess Despair will follow them, but she just continues to look down at the owlbear body while really upset. She hasn't stopped.
Dang, y'all just gonna let the lady walk behind y'all crying? No
Yeah,
comfort,
pretty much.
no sauce.
Yep.
Fair enough. Alright, as you walk up to the Adventurers Guild, you walk in and the panic from before has sort of calmed down, and you see a couple people drinking and sipping from mugs in the front, and Persephone at the front desk. And beside her, in the cot, as he was before, tending to his owlbear wound, is the man that you had a mild altercation with, I guess. As you guys walk in, you see Persephone at the front desk, and by her, the man, the injured man with the owlbear claw in his midsection is kind of still on his cot, looking a lot better now, but they both kind of look up at you as you enter. You are back so soon.
Yes, we can officially report that the owlbear is dead, but not be causing you problems anymore.
She gives you kind of a shocked look. You killed the owlbear that quickly. And she starts to get excited, but then she looks at Despair's expression and kind of lets back her emotions a little bit. Well,
Persephone, isn't she blind?
That's true. Good call.
No.
She looks at you with her soul.
Yes, she is absolutely blind.
She hears something wrong.
I guess I'll say that she remembers Despair is there and just kind of dials back her emotion a little bit and goes, well, thank you very much. I'm sure that everybody, including myself, and she nods her head over, Dan here, are very appreciative of your efforts because, well, I'm just impressed. Many people have gone out there to try, but nobody's done it, let alone so soon.
We did what
Is
was
it-
necessary in the time.
Is everybody okay? Is anybody injured?
I'm feeling quite fine. Thank you.
Actually, no, I don't think we are.
I disagree with you.
I mean, emotionally.
Physically, we are fine. Emotionally, I think Despair will never recover.
I mean, did y'all
Yeah.
heal Despair?
I did. I gave her
Oh, yeah.
cure wounds.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, because I was gonna run in there and give her the old what's it called?
Y'all, the symbiote heal?
Yes, the symbiote. Thank you.
The
I
healing
forgot what it was
draft,
called.
yeah.
Yeah.
Draft, actually.
That's right. Okay. So anyway, well, she looks super nervous and she's kind of looking down at the ground, shaking her head. Well, I did my best to try to get you more money, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think you're going to be very happy.
Okay.
I
What
I-
did you guys do for us?
Well, and she kind of scratches her head, and Dan kind of butts in. Just about nothing, as I told you it was going to be. They won't give you anything. It's not their fault, though. Dan, please. And she gives him a look. I was able to get just a measly 100 gold. I know it's not enough for your efforts, and I wish I could give you more. The 50 each that we discussed, even, but I cannot.
I will take 30. That way you may be able to keep some.
They can
What-
take the gold. I don't
what
want
it-
any.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, but I think you, more than them, have put in much sacrifice for this and deserve to be paid for your effort. No pun intended, the despair that you've been through.
I don't want to be paid for something that I did that was cruel. I'm sorry, but I won't accept payment. My friends can't, though.
She nods her head. I understand.
I reach over the table and hold out my hand for my payment.
She bends down and picks up this burlap sack of gold and kind of puts it on the table. I'm so sorry. I wish it was more.
It is enough for a first payment. Thank you.
It's not enough, and you know it. Dan, please. Shut up, Persephone. I'm sick of pretending.
Sick of pretending of what?
Pretending that everything's alright. Look at this quest board. Look at what we're doing. Out here fighting battles that should be fought by the city, by the guard, and getting paid nothing but scraps for it.
Well, why
Makes
don't
me
you
sick.
do something about it?
I've tried!
Sit-
And he points to his side, and you see the now very well healed due to the healing drought, but still visible scar from the scratch. Everybody has tried. This is our city, and I love it here. But I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the way we're treated.
Then don't treat her like she's nothing. Just, if you're gonna, complain, at least do it civilly. And then she turns away and walks off.
Persephone is a close friend of mine. She knows I mean no disrespect.
Which one is this? Sorry.
The guy who had a big old owlbear scratch on his side, who was laying in the cot.
Meaning no
Forced a drought down his throat before.
meaning no disrespect and exemplifying disrespect are two very different things. And I take the 50 gold.
Persephone kind of dismissively waves her hand. No, I understand he's just a passionate man, and he has the right to be upset, the way that you all do. Okay, there are problems with the guild and problems with our government, but I just think that a problem that is going to be worked out in time. But Dan does not agree. That's all.
Is anyone stopping me from taking the 50?
Oh no, it was on.
I took 50 already. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I take the other 50. I have money
Is
again.
Is there anything else I can do for you guys today?
I believe that is all. Thank you.
I don't believe so, yes.
We will try and console our companion.
Well, thank you. And if there's anything that I can do to help, I surely will do my best.
That is all we can ask of you. Thank you.
She just nods her head and goes back to work, picking up a piece of paper and tapping it on the desk. And as she turns around,
Claire's out of the building. And she's not dealing with that asshole.
I think that's reasonable.
Mhm.
Yeah. She's just waiting for her companions at this point.
All right. Well, go outside. I guess. Nothing else I want to do here. Unless we want to pick a board quest off the board.
I do take a peek at the board.
It's up by the desk. You can go look.
I'm still there, so I may as well.
Oh, my bad. I thought you walked away after you took a 50. You do see a couple postings up there. One of them has kind of a crude drawing of almost seemingly an octopus, and at the top you just see the word scrawled, "Terror in our waters." And by that is the urgent sign with the now missing owlbear posting from before.
Nothing else on the board?
That is what is up there currently, yes.
Is there a price on the head of the serpent thing, whatever, tentacly monstrosity? Yeah, that.
Squid.
400 gold.
Ooh.
For water combat? Sever just thinks about his books and he's just like, no. And walks away. He has priorities.
Dan kind of sees you look. 400 gold for a sea monster. Did you see that one then?
Yes, I did.
Forgive my abrasive manner, right? But you do see that there's something wrong with that.
I do see that there's many things wrong with this city, but I don't bitch about them, I deal with them, and I walk away.
Well,
Dang.
I'm
Fair
kind of
enough.
feeling pretty cold after that owlbear.
Understandable. Where are y'all headed next? As you greet your grieving friend there outside, what's your move?
I'm just following behind them, kind of keeping quiet.
well, I guess if no one else is, I'll just take them to the nearest tavern, because this sounds like a job for alcohol.
Fair enough.
So next door!
As you guys are walking out, wait! You kind of hear footsteps coming from behind as you hear the guild door open again, and you see Persephone running at you.
But, yes, what is up?
I almost forgot something. Well,
Oh?
I just wanted you guys to keep your eyes out if you could for me. I have a friend who is visiting very soon, and I thought he was going to get here by yesterday, and I've heard nothing of him since. If you could keep your eyes peeled for me and see if you, or tell me if you see anybody new, that would be very much appreciated.
Well, very much so. What are we looking for here exactly?
Oh, well, it's an old friend of mine, actually.
Yes, but I need, like, physical description, because...
I'm
maybe
going
it'll-
to give you the physical description, alright? Just let me reminisce for a minute. And she,
Yes.
she kind of chuckles and goes, well, he's a human man, somewhere near my age, actually. Always carrying around his weapons, looking ready for a fight. If you see anybody with a almost way too proud expression on his face, I can guarantee that's him.
I lean over to
I don't know.
Arshad and I say, Arshad, you're being very rude. You're asking details, physical details from a blind woman.
Oh, yes, that's no.
It's just a faux pas. Just keep that in mind. And I say to Persephone, yes, we will keep our eyes open for him, for sure.
Thank you. And she just kind of skips back inside, slightly happy, looking like she was excited just thinking about her friend.
Aw, how sweet.
Despair is just watching Persephone, like, she kind of realizes that, like, Persephone, like, kind of felt bad, so she doesn't really have any, like, anger towards her, but she's still pissed off about, Den, I believe his name is. So,
Yes. Denvora.
Yeah, Den Bora, so, Despair kind of looks at the bar, and she's kind of like, I don't really feel like drinking today.
Nonsense, the best time.
Despair just... Fine. Sure. She just walks to the bar. Kinda like wiping her tears away.
Except for
Alright, so y'all are heading in.
Yep.
As darkness slightly begins to set on the town, you're joined by many other people entering, and you can see there's already a sizable crowd inside with the normal raucous noise as you walk up to the desk and see your familiar friend from before.
Yes,
Sorry, wait, Raucous? Do you mean raucous?
Is that seriously how you say that?
Rockets,
yes.
yeah.
I have never heard that word spoken out loud. I've only seen
That
it
is
written in books.
okay.
It's
That's
raucous?
No, it's raucous.
Raucous.
Raucous?
Yeah, that,
raucous,
yeah.
like raucous laugh.
I was wondering where we were going with that for a second. I'm like, what the hell is a rashes?
That's wild. That's how I've read that word. Anyway.
I walk up to Gordwin and I say, "Ah, Gordwin, my favorite piss brewing friend."
That's me. How are you? How's? Let me ask you a question. How's that filter coming along? And he just gives like a laugh.
Well, I haven't exactly brought it with me, so I prefer if you do not actually do anything with that.
Did you say brought it with you? Does that mean you've made one? Then?
Well, yes, it did not take much time. It's actually not far outside of my skills. Point being is I do not have one on me right now. We will not be dealing with this today.
I'm not going to pee in your drink. I'm just curious that you actually went and made a filter because I made a joke about one.
Arshad, a tinkerer of more than just imagination, of necessity. We will require alcohol beyond any measure that you can possibly sell to the local masses.
I don't know how strong elven wine really gets, my friend.
Fuck the wine. We're going for the whiskey.
That's what I like to hear.
They will be going for the whiskey. I will be sitting here, I suppose, designated standing person or something like that.
You're just going to stand there? I can give you real water with no vodka in it.
No, I will pass, thank you.
Are you sure? I won't pee in it, no vodka, no nothing. No James, no games, no pee. Nothing.
See, the problem right now is that you have not established a very good rapport with me right now, and I am not necessarily feeling like you are actually someone I can trust to not do anything to my drink, so I will be staying out of this right now, thank you.
You pee in a man's drink one time, and look what happens. I'll be right back with your drink.
I love Gordwin.
He turns around and quickly comes back carrying the glasses and slams them all down on the table all at once. If you need anything else, you already know who to talk to. And he turns around and goes back to work with his fellow employees.
Despair will take a massive swig of her whiskey.
As you immediately begin downing your drink, you notice a man right next to you guys who hasn't shown that you haven't seen around there before. A human man kind of give you a concerned look as you just inhale this drink.
She just looks at the man for a minute and then she just goes back to drinking.
Zephyr slides his glass over to Despair to drink and says to the human man, out of curiosity, you aren't new to the town, are you?
Is this me? Yeah. Alright. He would kind of look up. He would be finishing his drink as well. He would nod. He says, I am new.
Perhaps a friend of Persephone next door?
Oh, of course. Yes, the beautiful lady. Good friend of mine.
Yes. She asked us to let her know if you were nearby. It seems you were on your way here already.
Oh, bollocks. And I kind of look out. He kind of looks out the window, not realizing how much time has passed since he's been here. And he says, oh, I should probably get to go see her soon then. I was supposed to see her this morning. Hate to keep a lady waiting.
Good man.
So he would would quickly down the rest of his drink.
I buy him
tilts
one
her
to go, I
head
guess.
A little bit, like she's just like looking at this man like over Zephyr's shoulder. Has this man noticed anything yet?
He would kind of get like that sixth sense that somebody's kind of giving him this look. He'd look around for a minute, see you, and then go back to his drink, do a double take, and kind of notice that you are wearing nothing, and just kind of spit his entire drink out, just very loudly, just.
Zephyr,
What?
quick with the hand on the shoulder, says, "Culture shock. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you."
I kind of look at Despair, and he just stands. He almost looks confused, or maybe even a little bit startled. But he's like, "Did a thief steal your attire, madam?"
No.
He kind of raises a hand to block his sight from like.
Yes. See, not just me.
Classic move around here, actually.
He's like, hang on, take my jacket, please. Oh my gosh. And he starts to take off his military jacket.
How will you take off everything? Because it's fine to be naked.
That's for bathhouses and bedrooms, madam.
As you guys are speaking, you hear
cold.
Gordon,
Sorry.
who kind of snuck up to the table hearing this conversation. Yeah, take it off. I agree with the lady.
He looks. He says, this is clearly not the time, but perhaps later."
He gives you a
I don't
wink.
see anything
No,
wrong with being naked.
neither do I. That's what I'm saying. I just want the man to join. Feel free, a free spirit or whatever.
Yeah, Zephyr looks up and down the new dude and just sort of raises an eyebrow. Grabs his drink back from Despair, starts downing it.
Should I give a description of the guy for the audience?
Please do.
Okay, I was gonna say because it kind of abruptly came up. So, so he's rather tall. He's got a gray pressed military uniform with a golden insignia showing a rank of cap. He's got leather armor under his attire that's tightly fitted around his forearms and legs. A chainmail shirt kind of shines from beneath the folds of his jacket. He's got a long sword and a shield on his back, and he's got a halberd that he holds in his left hand that he uses as a walking stick as he navigates around. He's got bright blue eyes and a charming smile, and his medium-length combed back blonde hair kind of gently blows in the wind that doesn't really exist to anyone else. But he'd finish taking off his jacket and he would hand it to Despair, still trying to avoid looking but taking curious peeks. And he kind of holds it out and says, please, cover yourself up.
Despair just takes the jacket. She, turns it around, rotates it, continues to look at it, and then she just puts it on her horns. Like
I
a
knew
coat
that was
rack.
different on purpose.
Is the owlbear still up there?
No, her owlbear is in the other room.
Okay, fair enough.
Jace's neck just kind of creaks as he tilts it to the side, completely confused. Madam, it's not a coat hanger.
You get used to it, do
Wear
not
it.
worry.
Is she always like this?
Yes,
Always.
just get used to it.
Oh boy.
It's
I
okay.
kinda
You get used to it
take-
after the first couple days.
Yes.
He kind of casually takes the jacket, like he just takes it off of a coat hanger and just puts it back on.
While he's doing that, and while his eyes are trailing back, Despair just does this really weird thing of just holding up her hair pieces and hide part of her boobs, and she just flashes him like she doesn't give a fuck, just to bother him.
Well, okay.
How does Jace react?
He turns around and continues to put his jacket on.
That-
Oh, look outside! It's a beautiful day.
Despair just puts them back. Today hasn't really been a good day. She goes back to drinking.
Well, the man is right. It is a beautiful day outside. There's wonderful sun in the sky.
I've also completely forgotten my manners. My name is Jace Thorne.
You may
And he
refer to
kind
me
of
as
bows.
Arshad Nasrani, the finest alchemist in all of the city.
Zephyr.
He's also just like that. Do not worry.
I'm despaired. And she. So, am I gonna make a con check at some point, Critty?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot you was out here down. Yeah,
You're far away from the mic, my guy.
my bad. It left my uvula for a minute there, but it's back. Yeah, go ahead and hit me with a constitution.
Is it a saving throw?
Yeah.
Alright, I need to pull up the character sheet, which I have. I just look up despair, literally. +5. 17.
Yeah, you're fine. You're out here drinking them, putting them down, and you're A-okay. Maybe feeling a teeny bit of souse, but not enough to bother you, especially after the day that you've had.
The immovable
That's always a good sign.
despair.
What's that?
Yep.
The immovable despair.
Exactly.
I don't even think she actually. I don't even think she actually goes anywhere. I think she just rents it and then passes it back out again. I don't know. It's very odd.
Maybe she's your true filter.
This is very true, but it will be the verse in this case. I do not need to think
Despair
about it.
looks at Zephyr, daggers in her eyes, and she just says, "Do you think I drink piss?"
I didn't say that. I think you drink alcohol. Maybe you're just a reverse filter that he's looking for.
Oh Lord, I do not want
really
to think
don't
about this.
understand what you're saying.
I don't think I want to understand what he's saying.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Knowledge is an interesting thing.
Yes, but some knowledge is not meant to be known. This is known.
When you have to backpedal out of calling a woman a pee filter.
Yeah, that just Zephyr things. Hashtag.
Hey, it only comes up when he starts talking.
Oh my god.
Zephyr immediately turns around and just starts running in his books.
What's my boy Jace doing right now? Is he just finishing up his drinks, taking his time before meeting old girl, or?
Yeah, he would. He'd go back to the table. He'd pick up his ale, down the rest of it, set it down. He'd leave like a silver tip on the table, and then he'd kind of adjust his collar and turn over to Zephyr, and he'd be like, "You said that you knew Persephone. Do you happen to know where she is currently? I'm new in town and don't quite know the streets."
Yes, the building actually adjacent to this one.
Ah,
She's actually
Perfect.
head of the Adventurers Guild there.
oh yes,
The
I
terribly
was aware of that.
underfunded one.
Well, that is why I am here. Hopefully.
Oh, you intend to bring fortune and fame to this little hovel?
I'd see if I could lend my military expertise where needed.
We've been lending them quite a bit recently, and it hasn't brought much fortune, but perhaps they'll change their mind after a while. Eventually, the government will have to pay attention.
I agree. You all do jobs for Persephone?
Yes, we just disposed of an owlbear, as it happens.
Ah, wonderful.
Despair just goes back to being depressed.
Way to go! Call her a pee filter. Talk about her killing her pet, my guy. Well, tack it on.
Yep. I guess actually at this point, technically, since there's nothing else going on, I'm just gonna fiddle around. I'm just gonna have do some minor experiments with my alchemist supplies. May as well.
That's fine.
Small explosions, lots of smoke.
Just playing around while everybody else is drinking.
Oh yeah. Making sure nothing falls in anyone else's drinks unless they ask for it. At one point, I let a guy's drink on fire just so it becomes more entertaining. And he's, like one of those stupid flaming shots that everyone has.
Gordon looks at you while you're playing around with your things. What is that over there? And he points at like a green one that you had just recently put away.
I do not think you want to touch that. That is poison from the basilisk. If you touch it, it will turn you to stone.
Wait. Are there any of them I can put in my drink that will taste a little better and make me feel a little better, Stumpy?
Put
Put it in! He doesn't even listen, he just puts his mug down, starts slamming it on the table with an excited look on his face.
So he wants anything, huh?
Just hit me with it, I don't care.
Please tell me you have a jar of piss.
No!
God damn it!
Sure he would.
The one time when you need it.
I might just at this point. I don't necessarily know if it's my own piss or anything, so I'm just trying to decide where it's from. It's gross that I can make him drink. Oh, I know. This is going to be horrifying. So I just kind of pull out a very small vial about, again, long as your pinky finger and about as wide, filled with a bright yellow liquid, and I'm just like, this should help, no problem whatsoever. And I pour it into his drink.
What kind of piss is that?
Oh, that is lion piss.
He just immediately downs the entire thing.
Oh,
and his
shit.
friends are
Alright,
kinda
can I
laughing.
get him to make a Constitution saving throw? Because,
Yeah. Oh boy.
Bot channel.
As,
Or,
it doesn't
he
matter.
expertly just puts the mug around his lips and just downs it in one quick sip. But as he descends from his head being tilted back, he's already very visibly drunk. Oh, what? Lion PP hits a little harder than I expected it to.
Yes. Try this instead. This will help you. And I hand him a Swift Step drop instead. So that's going to now give him... Let's see if I can find this damn thing. Swift Step. His speed increased by 20 feet for 1 minute.
He'll be served
Okay.
tables like no other.
Even though he doesn't feel so good after the last thing, without even thinking about it, he just grabs it and just drinks exactly what you
This
handed
is
him.
fascinating. I can feed him anything and he will drink it.
He's your piss filter.
That one tasted a little bit. What did you call me?
Zephyr's just nosing the book again.
Ignore him. He is not very good at these social things, apparently.
No, it's fine. I gotta go sit down somewhere in the back. If you'll excuse me.
Zephyr
He just
is,
kind of hobbles back.
Zephyr is
What
writing.
what if he just hobbles super fast?
Yeah, that's what I
Basically.
was picturing.
Fucking running
Turns
the
into
90s.
Sonic. Zephyr is writing furiously. And you can see over his shoulder, he's writing things like Gordwin equals piss filter. And
This is a book of insults that Zephyr does because he can't insult otherwise.
hey, he
The
wants to
world's
know
first-
everything.
The world's first Yo Mama joke book, like in history, my guy. Godlike. All right, where are y'all headed now? Mainly Jace, I'm asking.
Jace would kind of politely speak to the three of them, and he would say that, thank you for your information and helping me find Persephone. I believe I'm going to head over there and speak to her. It was urgent that she wanted to speak to me.
Can I make a quick perception check of to see how well built this dude might be? Whether or not he's got a strong war arm, or if he's just pretending to be in... I guess that might be insight.
Yeah, you don't even have
Zephyr
to
is
check it.
immediately just checking out this guy's pecs, apparently.
Yeah, of course.
You can go ahead and look at the
Naturally.
picture. I'll have the insight for that, Jace. How stacked are you, my guy?
He's pretty physically built, and noticing that Zephyr's kind of looking at him, he would kind of like
Up and
he would flex a
down.
little bit. Yeah, he'd flex a little bit. He'd be like, "Carefree, you could touch it if you want."
He grabs immediately.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
You have no idea.
What?
And Zephyr goes back to writing in his books.
My God.
Take notes, lad. And then he stylishly walks out of the inn and starts heading down towards the Adventurers Guild.
As you guys are kind of fondling each other, I guess, before you turn, or as soon as you turn around to exit, you kind of notice it's going to be a little more crowded than you thought, as many people are exiting kind of at the same time right now, and there's a bit of a sort of a not a panic, but the crowd is very raucous. Is that the word? Is that
Raucous.
raucous? As they all kind of shuffle and try to push and shove each other's way out of there.
Despair will immediately get up and just push everyone out of the way and see what's happening now.
What about everybody else?
Jace politely says, like, excuse me, and just kind of pushes his way through.
Arshad is also going to politely be like, pardon me, must get through, pardon me.
Despair just doesn't give a fuck. She's just like, get out of my way.
Just knocking people over left and
Just
right.
arm forward, just stiff arming people.
Yep.
So wait. Is everyone leaving?
Apparently.
that way.
We haven't paid, so
Okay.
let's get everything we can.
Zephyr's
Get everything
going
we can.
to follow this delicious piece of man meat.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, you learn something new. As you guys kind of walk out and you push through the crowd, you can kind of see a sizable audience has gathered around this man. And you can tell he's human from the few features that you can make up. And you notice that his face is covered mostly by this cloak, this dark black cloak. And as you look him top to bottom, you notice that his feet are floating off of the ground with a green aura below his boots.
This is not normal.
And he's just speaking to everybody as everyone's kind of captivated. How long must we toil in squalor, groveling daily beneath the feet of incompetent rule? Leaders of none but their own greed-fueled malice. I've seen greatness in you all, mighty Verlorians, yet by choice you're stifled by mediocrity adorned in shiny white and gold. Why couldn't you run this place? And he looks at a man in the front who kind of looks surprised as people murmur, or you. He looks at another, or you. And just kind of looks across the whole crowd. All of you are destined for more. Oh my God, it's still happening?
Yep.
Oh, this is... But I have it that close so I
Just
can...
put the microphone away from your face.
But that's
But
there.
Or
not your
alternatively,
side.
just don't breathe. There's that too.
But it's that close, so it's not quiet. Am I quiet right now?
Turn
No,
up
you're
your
fine.
input volume then.
Okay. Do I have to restart that? How much of it was audible part?
According to your just gonna hear a lot of stuff.
Sorry, it was close because I was quiet before. Filter. Is it good when I speak like this?
Acceptable.
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry, but it's important, and I want to come through on the capture. Is that cool?
Yeah, no
Sure.
problem.
I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Through the audience that has collected, you notice in the middle of it a human-seeming man from the features that you can make out beneath his dark cloak that covers most of his face, and you hear him as the captivated audience listens. How long must we toil in squalor, groveling daily beneath the feet of the incompetent rule, leaders of none but their own greed-fueled malice? I've seen greatness in you all, mighty Verlorians, yet, by choice, you're stifled by mediocrity adorned in shiny white and gold. Why couldn't you run this place? As he looks at a man in the front, as he kind of looks surprised, and you hear murmuring. Or you. He looks at a woman on the other side. Or you, all of you, are destined for far more. Yet you still allow yourself to remain on this side of the Therum walls. A measly wall separating you from greatness. The king and queen and the wretched princess do nothing while the lifeblood of this city works day in and day out to make Verloria strong. We ask for protection, and they ask us to handle it ourselves, yet claim the credit and offer none but scraps in return. You're all okay with this? Think for yourselves and refuse to let the gluttonous pig of a king Evandril think for you. He says as he kind of ascends higher into the air. He was just a couple inches off, and there's a green glow beneath his boots as he ascends a little bit higher in the air. I believe in all of you.
Question.
Yeah, what's up?
Does that green glow look familiar to the same one that we saw earlier?
Yes.
Oh, well. Alright.
Despair will look up at him. Would you like recognize this person from maybe similar to Vialis?
Nope, he does not look similar to Vialis, other than that slightly pale glow beneath his feet as he floats in a very similar way. But you've never seen him before. He doesn't look familiar.
Could I make an insight check to see if he is if he has bad intention?
Sure.
I mean, you can listen to his speech.
Yeah. There's that too.
I got 17.
You can tell there was something sincere about what he was saying, but you can tell by his voice, the way he speaks was very harrowing and not ill intent necessarily, I guess, but you can tell there's something more to this guy. I don't want to, yeah. That's what you can collect from his.
Alright. Well, Despair will just stare up at him.
Yeah, Zephyr's leaning against the wall of the inn and just watching, and he's sort of just waiting for something.
Jace kind of pushes his way to the very front of the crowd, and he definitely stands a little bit past the line of people.
He looks down at you as he seemingly heard you. And you look like a mighty warrior yourself, and I've never seen you around here before. You've come to join the guild, have you?
I have, on behalf of Persephone, who has asked me to come.
And what benefits do you think that the guild will provide for you?
Safety, security, prosperity for those who seek it.
He laughs.
You may laugh, but those are very strong words coming from a man who hides his own identity.
I hide my identity for the betterment of us all. I look out for everybody in this town more than the princess or the king or any of them ever could.
This guy's a regular Lelouch.
I don't even know what that is.
It's not me, never mind.
Yeah, you tell him, Jace. You tell him.
As you have your little back and forth, he floats a little bit higher and lets his hood off, and you can tell he's definitely a human man of about the age of 60. And he's just got an old face. He looks 60, but you can tell his face is aged, whether it's with his troubled past or a couple scars here and there. He looks a little bit older than he.
Fair will walk to the front, and she's sort of beside Jace, but not completely.
And you, he looks at the axe. You fought for the guild before, have you?
Yes.
And
So
what benefit
enthusiastic.
did it bring to you, little lady? He looks at your enormous stature, it still calls you.
Can you repeat that?
He says, and what benefits has it brought for you, little lady?
It brought benefits to other people, but not me.
Benefits to other people. Is it something that you think that the Crown's Guard could have handled themselves instead of asking the city to take care of their own problems under the false guise of some sort of guild?
Zephyr starts making
It's
his
the
way to the
fact
front.
that they had to kill a fucking owlbear.
Just an owlbear. That seems like it would have been short work for the Crown's Guard of any sort of function. Wouldn't you say so yourself?
I wouldn't want anyone to kill an owlbear.
Then why did you kill it?
Zephyr starts walking his way to the front, and he says, I did.
And tell me why you would do something for this guild. Is it for safety and protection, as this other one says himself?
No, it's just for money.
For money. Pray tell, how much money were you rewarded for killing the owlbear?
50 gold?
Total, I assume. Or 50 gold each.
50 gold to me.
Go to me as well.
A measly 100 gold. Do you all hear that? The owlbear that terrorized all of you took something from each and every one of you. Just like everything else.
I'm sorry. Where were you disposing of it?
I can't.
Where were you
I'm but a small
protecting the
man.
city?
And in my advanced stage, I'm not much for combat. But I expect
But you were
my
flying.
city.
You were flying 10 feet off the ground. This does not make much sense.
Do you want me to fly 10 feet above the ground and tell the owlbear to stop it? Is that what you
Well,
want?
no. What you do is fly 10 feet off the ground and, I don't know, drop rocks on its head or something. I feel like that'd be very effective.
My point is it's not my responsibility. I work hard for this town and so does everybody else around here, don't you?
Never saw
I see-
you before.
You hear the crowd kind of speak up and a couple claps in the audience and people agree. Everybody in this town works for everything they own and they expect basic protection. Yet, the crown can't even give them that. And you're
Why
all
don't
okay
you give
with
us
this.
protection then?
I am not a protector, I am but a citizen of
You
Verloria.
don't really look like a citizen to me.
No, you're kind of floating and, like making glowing with the green stuff. And remember that there was the man controlled by the blood. That was something similar. So I'd like to question exactly where you're getting all this floating from. You do not look like a man who normally floats.
Am I the first magic user you've come across?
Well, no, you're looking at one yourself.
Yes, I assumed as much. And you've never heard of simple levitation spells or anything similar.
Well, I have. I've heard of it at, kindergarten for magic users, but,
Ooh, snap.
Interesting. So, then what exactly is your beef with me floating above the ground? He kind of lets the green aura goes away from his feet as he hits the ground. Is this a little better for you? Or would you
Oh, I
prefer
did not-
I have a soapbox to stand on as I speak to my people?
Oh, I
I
did not particularly care
slowly
whether
make
or
my
not.
way toward him as stealthy as I can.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, well, I didn't actually expect anything from that. My point was that you were actually doing all these sorts of things, and I remember distinctly that we have dealt with the men in the past who had the same glowing and the floaty thing, and was, shall we say, a vile, evil heretic against the guild and everything I stand for. So I'm a little, cynical about such things.
As I get very close, I would like to cast Identify and touch him to learn what
Okay.
spells, if any, are affecting him.
You would like to boop the snoot?
I would like to boop the snoot.
Go ahead.
I cast it. Is anything affecting him?
Oh, that's it? I thought-
there's no
Identify-
dexterity save unless you want there to be.
No,
You have to. Are you burning a spell slot for that? 'Cause
I
it's
did.
rich in-
Okay, you have to touch him?
Yep.
You kind of touch him, and for a brief moment, you can tell that there's magic at work before he moves his shoulder and steps back. What are you doing?
I'm curious how a man of your age can still perform as he does.
I'm but 60 years old, and, well, I've studied for all 60 of them. All 60 of my years on this
And
planet.
yet, all you know is levitation?
This is not very impressive.
That is not what I said. I'm just not much of a combatant, and you're missing my point. My point, dear people, is even if I could, in my advanced stage, defend this city as
You don't
DC
look
just
very
I should,
pointy.
Oh my
it's
God.
not my responsibility. It is this responsibility of the crown to take care of its people, is it not?
You are a
Take that
citizen.
conversation.
You are a
A
Why
little
are we
bit
not
louder.
taking this to the
Queen.
princess? Yes, I feel like the princess would be very willing to talk to you about these sorts of things.
The princess puts up a mask. The princess does not care. If the princess or any of the royalty cared, do you think you would have gotten a measly $50, 50 gold
Okay.
for your killing of a great owl bear that brought havoc upon the city? You think the
Well,
princess
technically,
cares?
we didn't actually technically, go anything through the actual. Princess. This one was technically on the side, not doing anything to do with the princess. Point being, is that I do not see how the crowd and all these sorts of things are, related to this whole owlbear situation. This seems like one thing that got out of control, but you're trying to make it look like it's a consecutive thing, like
It
it's
is
always
the
happened.
consecutive thing. The owl bear is not the first time that we felt the cold finger of injustice. Everybody that lives on this side of the Thenrum walls has felt it before, have you not? And you hear people speak up again as you hear a little bit of clapping. This is not the first time, my dear friend. Nor will it be the last. You've all heard my words. All I need from you is to think about them. And think about what you are going to do about it. What all of us are going to do, because like I said, I'm an old man and I'm just one man, but all of us together create something bigger than ourselves. And bigger than this gluttonous thing that we call a city government. And then people just kind of bring up another clap and are applauding at him as he just walks off into the distance.
You're too
Can-
loud,
can Jace-
and Despair just walks away.
Can Jace do something really quick as he's walking away?
Yeah.
Since the crowd is still there and a little bit rowdy, he actually turns and he kind of slams his halberd into the ground to kind of draw people's attention.
Okay. It immediately
Bear
does.
looks bad.
Everybody kind of looks at you as they.
He
kinda
puts
dodge.
on his he puts on his best charismatic smile, and I'm gonna also try a persuasion at the end of this, but he would
This will be fun.
he would kind of say, "Citizens, please do not falter. Your officials are doing all they can to aid you in these troubling times, but you all have the choice to aid them or stand in their way. Listen to this man if you choose, but he only spreads fear and hatred. I have come from far away to aid your officials to do my part for this city. The option is yours as well." And
Actually-
then I'll try a persuasion.
Can I offer advantage if I speak up as well?
Yeah. Let me hear. You gotta say something. Then.
Yeah, I'll walk up next to him, actually, or behind him, rather, and say, those of you that have seen us in action, you know that we fight for you. Listen to us. We know more than anyone how unjust your city can be to you, but that's not the cause of your princess. Put your faith in her. And that's all.
All right. Hit me with them.
Does that give me advantage?
Yes.
All right,
Hell
I'll
yeah.
do, I think,
Nice.
2 rolls then. It's the same roll, so
Ooh.
20 total.
Nice.
Ooh.
Did you guys seriously just both roll a natural 20?
No, he
No,
did.
no, no. During
It
No,
was
it's
not a
15
natural 20, it was
plus
15 plus
5.
5. Still damn good, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's still good. You kind of look upon the crowd and you see some of them pondering and some of them think before a woman speaks up. But you're not part of the government, are you? I see you have a military jacket, but I don't see that anything else. Excuse me. It doesn't look like anything that the Crown's Guard has ever worn. Why is it your responsibility to take care of us? I thought that's what the Guard was for.
We, like anyone else, are just citizens. Citizens have to take care of each other.
I would reply to her as well and say that you are correct. I am not from here. But I have a dear friend who is a citizen of this town, and I've come to aid her where I can. And by extension, all of you kind people of this city.
People kind of nod, and you can see them looking at each other as they talk. And the woman just kind of speaks up, well, in any case, I appreciate what you're doing. And she just kind of nods and steps back into the crowd. And as you guys are chilling, and as that altercation went off, the crowd has dispersed a pretty decent amount at this point, and people are starting to walk off to their homes. It's pretty late at this point.
Good.
Zephyr hurries off behind Despair with that awkward crush style of, oh god, don't look at me. Yeah.
Despair just gives Zephyr a really confused look. She's just like, what's going on?
Jace just stands in the middle of the street, kind of tense until the whole crowd disperses, just to keep on the facade of his speech. So.
Despair
Well, this
will
is
look.
entertaining.
The old man was too fucking loud. Hey, Jace. Well, Persephone's waiting.
Ah, yes, I shouldn't keep her waiting. And perhaps this town definitely needs some more assistance than I once thought. He'll continue on to the guild.
Alright, what are you guys gonna be up to in the meantime? Y'all going there, or what's up?
Yeah, I'm falling behind. Saying
Yeah.
things like, easily led sheep, the lot of them.
They just require a leader, is all. And that old man certainly is not one I would want to appoint.
Probably delusional in the head or something.
Clearly.
He was glowing and flying, so I'm very concerned now.
He's
Does no
very
one actually-
showboaty.
Does no one remember what he looked? Does no one remember what the man who kidnapped the family looked like as well?
It's possible that it is just his abilities manifesting, but it could also be something more serious and sinister, as we've dealt with before, but we do not see him striking out at anyone, so I don't suppose it's really a concern at the moment.
At the moment, yes, but I feel we should probably keep an eye on this, or an ear, or whatever orifice we have available.
I did notice that he was hiding something, but for the most part he did seem genuine, but probably just delusion.
Yeah, to be fair, some of the things he spoke were true, but the way that he conveyed them were not necessary.
To complain is
Right.
one thing, but to incite revolution is a whole nother.
Oh, I agree.
Alright, y'all are approaching the Adventurers Guild while you guys are speaking, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
As you walk up, you see on the deck before you even enter, right outside on the stairs, is Persephone sitting down, just kind of looking at the ground, looking like she's thinking deeply about something. Until she looks up as she hears footsteps. Wait a minute. And she kind of looks concerned as she's listening close as you guys are.
I stop and let Jace walk forward.
Same.
I pick up and do like a jog, and I call out to her, I'm like, Persephone!
I recognize that voice anywhere. She stands up and she's extremely excited and just elated and jumps over to you and gives you a big hug.
Oh yeah, he hugs her. He hugs back as well, and he gives her a kiss on each cheek. He says, "Looking as beautiful as always, I see."
She instantly blushes and steps back. I was so worried. I didn't think that you were going to make it. I thought you were going to be here this morning, or maybe even yesterday. I guess I just got my hopes up. But it doesn't matter. You're here.
Yes,
And-
I apologize. I was distracted by a rowdy inn and some good ale.
she laughs and looks. And I suppose these people didn't help you very much in getting here with the quickness, did they? And she gives them all away.
Oh no, very, very much so. They aided me in finding this building.
Well, I'm sure. And I'm glad that you've been able to meet them because, well, I still obviously need your help. They've been quite a big help to me around here so far. I was hoping that you guys would become friends.
Well, we certainly are making connections so far, in that we do not like strange street preachers who come around yelling about evolution.
Ah, I was
Yes.
hoping that you heard that as well.
In that we're like-minded.
I agree. First impressions are being made wonderfully. And then he kind of looks at Despair and looks back back to Persephone.
Despair just stretches out just a little bit
Persephone, would you like to go inside?
Well, yes, of course. And by now, there's a lot of people. There's not that many people left in the guild. She leads you all inside and opens the door. Come in, all of you, please.
Despair walks in and she makes sure that Den is not there.
He is.
God damn it.
Is he healthy at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I won't do anything yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Despair is just gonna stay quiet. She won't instigate anything, but if he instigates anything, oh boy.
As you guys walk in, Persephone kind of pats a table. Come on. And she's excited for you all to sit down, and she looks at Jason, pats the seat next to her.
Oh, he sits.
Despair will also sit beside him.
Yeah, hop on a chair.
As you guys all take your seats, Den kind of hobbles over and just kind of leans on the table without sitting down. I trust you all heard that out there, did you?
Yeah.
I heard plenty. Believed less.
He was
Believe
too
less,
loud.
but what do you think about it, though?
He's too loud and annoying.
I think he has grandiose ideas and no way to put them in place.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, there's clearly a problem, right? But in which way does just revolution, is that the solution, you know? It doesn't make any sense.
It seems
But
like
you can't
Sunday.
say, right? You can't say that what he's saying is incorrect, you know?
Well, I won't deny. I am new to this town, so I have not shared in every misadventure of the people, but I'm certain that they have had some troubles of their own and that they've taken care of themselves.
Exactly, that's what
Actually, would Despair know anything about this? Because she has been there for...
Yeah.
fairly-
You and Arshad both would know a decent amount about this.
I'm a fucking
Oh,
transient.
yeah.
I'm all over the place, man. I have been here.
So, what would Despair know?
So you guys know that there is a lot of truth to it. There was an increasing amount of upheaval in the city and different like monsters and just crime, general things happening. There was an increasing problem as the town increased in popularity in recent years, and people were obviously concerned about it and had come to the government, to the king and the queen many times asking for solutions and tried to talk it out. The pot kind of boiled over and they had to do something about it, so they started the guild. And that has been pretty much the only effort to stop all the misdoings around town, is the guild.
Well, it's still something, I suppose.
Would there be, like, any sort of, like, truth to, like, what the man said about the princess?
What specifically?
About her not caring or putting up a facade?
Well, I would say that the princess, more than the king and queen, is kind of the face of the city. You know what I mean? Because
So it's
she's
kinda like-
always
It's almost like a vacant throne, and she's pulling all the weight.
yeah. She's always out talking to people, and when people think of like Verloria, they think of her. They think of Kisana before they think of the king and queen because they see her more frequently, right? Like when everything went down outside of the cotillion, she was the first one there. You know, she's always in the front. So
Yeah.
there is truth to the injustice in the government, but a lot of people think about her when they think about the government in general. So he happens to just think of her, right?
It's kind of forcing a bad rep on her that's unjust.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, as far as we know, to be fair. But
As
yeah.
far as we know.
Yeah,
as far as we know.
Right? Because like what his point was is that it's a mask, right? Just because she's polite and because she's nice and because
Yeah,
she
I get
talks to people doesn't mean she's
Yeah.
never done anything wrong, or doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the way the city is run. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I guess that's about the amount of truth that you could see to that statement. Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know. It just gets you thinking. That's all. I won't bother you. I know most of you hate me pretty much at this point, but I'm just glad that at least other people know, right? I'm not just talking shit. I'm bitching, I guess is the way that you put it. I've got something to say, right? I've seen this happen for a long time, and never mind. You guys enjoy your reunion or whatever.
No, it's
I'll talk to you later.
It's understandable, Dan. I pass him a silver for a drink, and I say, It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. That's what makes you noble.
Yeah, I've just got a big mouth, that's all, you know. I've just got a big mouth.
Oh, and I'm gonna... I don't think I asked at the time, but how much were the drinks that I paid for?
Oof.
Forget to keep track of that. You didn't really drink that much this time around, did you?
I bought
Mostly
like 3
just
drinks.
bucks. Give me a minute. We can get.
I'll just pay a gold. That's more than enough for shitty whiskey.
That's fine. Yeah, that would definitely cover it.
There we go. Done.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it, and I'll get you a drink in just a minute. And he just kind of walks off. During this whole thing, Persephone was just kind of thinking. She didn't speak up once. She's just deep in thought. She kind of shakes it off and looks at... Oh, doesn't look, but she turns her head towards Jace. So you've made it in, and I guess you know... Fucking, this isn't the accent. You've made it in, and I guess you know sort of what the issue is. I was going to kind of debrief you a little bit. And I went over it in my letter, but I guess you kind of know the gist of what's going on now.
Between your kind written letter and the crazy man in the street and these fine people sitting here at the table, I think I've gotten just about all the information I would need.
Mild Zephyr blush.
I'm glad, but I wish I only had more specifics on how I wanted you to help. I guess I just knew something was wrong, and I remembered whenever something was wrong and you were around, things seemed to be a little bit better, you know?
That tends to happen, and I hope to replicate that as I am here again. But real quick, so the guy did go over like how much they paid for the owlbear. Being a mercenary veteran, would Jace kind of have an idea as to what a normal like payment should be for taking out an owlbear like that?
Yeah, he would after I Google it real quick.
Well, I mean,
It depends on your world, man.
The only
Sure.
question, the only reason I ask is because if he knows that 100 gold is under that limit, he would do something.
Oh, it definitely is. It's like it's not a lot of payment for what it was, especially in a situation where many people had tried and nobody died, but 3, I believe, was the number. 3 people were severely injured from it. People were attacked by it, and you know, it was like a rampant problem, and it was well known. And still, they didn't even actually offer 100. It was 50. But Persephone was a little bit embarrassed and said that she would do her best to change it. And when they came back, she's like, "I was able to get you 100."
So Jace would kind of look to Persephone then and say, "Is money been an issue lately?" Then the crazy man in the streets spoke of underpayments, and an owlbear of that caliber seems to warrant more of a payment.
Well, yes, of course. But it's really not me. I hope you all know it's not me as well as the money. You know, I work with me with a problem. Written on a piece of paper. So somebody saw the owlbear. They gave me what they had seen. You know, all the details on what they had seen. I kind of polished it up a little bit and added some more details on what it would, what the actual situation was. I bring it to the king and queen, and they give it back the exact same, but with a reward number on it. And I just have to post it how it is. And I know how low the numbers are, right? I've been an adventurer for a very long time, but they won't listen to me, and this is how much they pay. There's a fucking sea monster out there, but at least that's what people think it is, right? Something that attacked a boat, carrying 400 gold. I feel a little embarrassed, you know? I'm switching accents, but that's how embarrassed I am. I've got British halfway through. That's how embarrassing.
That's pretty embarrassed.
Yes, bureaucracy. I hate it. Wherever it appears, it's always the worst thing possible.
Yes.
Jace will kind of grab his coin purse and he drops his whole coin purse in front of her. Add it to whatever coffer we have here, and we can work out some extra payments later.
She's immediately shaking her head and she pushes it like, no, that's not what I brought you here for.
No, and I push it back.
It's not like that. I didn't bring you here just to empty your pockets and say goodbye, Jace. I brought you here because you're a leader, a warrior, you know? That's what we need. And I just need to make sure, because on top of the bad payment, right, people here can't even handle themselves. Before these 3 came along, people almost died to that owlbear. The fucking hell.
Yeah, and
People
look at how poorly we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And they're getting paid little bits of money to take down things they can't even handle. So I figured, at least if you make an example and you start showing people how it's done, maybe the things aren't as big of a challenge, so they feel like the reward is a little more fitting, right? Because risking your life for 100 gold is, well, that's how you get that. And she nods over to the door where that you guys came in. That's how you get people trying to start the revolutions and stupid things like that, I don't know. I just figured you'd have something to offer in terms of leadership.
Well, perhaps the guild could, or perhaps you could speak to the king and queen and work out some arrangement of offering some sort of free training to better help the people who seek these dangerous tasks.
Well, they don't usually like to listen to the things I say, but if I've got the trio that took down Vialis and an army general with a captain's patch on his jacket, then maybe they'll listen. That's not a bad idea.
I'd be more than willing to involve myself.
This would probably be very useful.
She looks over at Despair.
Despair just shrugs. I don't care what happens.
Zephyr leans over. I promise far fewer animals.
Also, if you flex at them, I feel like this will be very intimidating, and they might actually agree faster.
What? Out of character question. What exactly does Despair have problems killing? Like, is it just owl?
It's
I mean, that's pretty close to home.
Yeah, no, I understand that is, but like monsters out here, like what is she okay with killing and what is she not okay with
She's
killing?
okay with killing monsters and people, but not animals.
The ultimate animal.
Yeah. I mean, well, what draws the line? For example, like a dire wolf is a monstrous wolf, but it's both a monster and an animal.
Probably
What
if it can hunt you back, right?
I mean, if the dire wolf actually has like the intention to kill, then
Oh, so you believe in self-defense?
I believe in self-defense, yes, but like at the same time, if like it's a baby dire wolf or like the dire wolf is like in
sense.
like a very
That I can understand. It's just the whole thing about not killing any animals. I'm just like, but that is a very broad category.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So
the same.
it's more of
It's
more of a
There's a lot of gray area.
It's more of a compassionate ambiguity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good way to good words. Good speak.
Yes, I have good words. I use all the best words.
Them's the good words.
And yes,
That they are.
N-words.
Okay, let's continue.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
You're
audience.
asking me that.
No problem.
Well, the audience knows a little bit more about Despair, so.
Yeah, they learn.
I think that's a good thing.
Well, I wish I could stay up all night, especially now that Jace is here, but I'm very tired, especially after, everything that's happened. Well, of course, Jace, if you need a place to stay in the inn, or if you want to stay here, for fuck's sake, that's what Den does, but you can stay wherever, and I can help.
The inn was rather comfortable. I'd rather stay there, I think. And what about you all? Where do you stay?
I have a room there.
Where does the owl? Where did the owl bear go? Was it
The
in
inn.
like the adventures? Okay, the inn. So
It was in
it's really-
Zephyr's old room.
Sorry for the shakies.
Is how it went. Then Zephyr
Yeah.
got a new room and let y'all chill.
Whatever.
Sounds excellent. I will see you all there. And she kind of stands up and collects, just walks off towards the back door, exit, I guess, of the Adventurers Guild.
Yes, very good.
So you guys are going straight to the inn, or do you have anything else to handle before you go there?
No, I think Jace would just stand up and kind of look around at the building since he's never been here before and kind of take everything
I
in
gotta get back to
before
the street, baby, I'm
leaving
sorry.
with the rest of the group to go to the inn.
Yeah,
Fair
Despair would just follow. She's kind of like antsy to see if her owl bear is okay.
Oh god, it's I forgot. I just remembered it's in Zephyr's room. This is gonna be fun.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, I mean, it was given food. It was given that toy that our
And
shop
it was
made.
given a shit box, but did it use it?
And it was given his bed. Don't forget that too.
Oh
Yeah.
no. I have all the books, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's all that really matters. But yeah, It's fine and dandy to think the animal. We got to think of the room as well.
Priorities.
The fucking damage charges they can put on it.
As you return to the room, you see no room anymore. Just owlbear shit.
Oh god!
Caked.
Oh, they get on the ceiling.
It's in the pillowcase.
Oh god!
The fibers of the floor. No, I'm just kidding. You guys walk
Shotgun
in.
blast everywhere.
As soon as you open the door, you kind of. Well, wait. Are you guys? I'm assuming Despair and. Are you guys all going to your own separate rooms? I forgot what the situation.
I'd probably be letting Despair into Zephyr's room. Oh wait, no, that's right. I gave the key to her.
Yeah, and then you.
I'm going back to the guild.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Despair would unlock the room and she would look.
As soon as you open it, your owlbear is there, and it just jumps into your arms, super excited, and it misses you a ton.
Ah!
And it tastes the owlbear blood on you, and it looks.
God damn it.
Here we go.
That's satanic, man.
I'm just kidding.
And Despair would just hug the owlbear, like, and she would just whisper, "Nothing's gonna happen to you." Sure, but she puts the owlbear on top of her head.
Although it clearly has no idea what you're talking about, it just it senses the tone in your voice and nuzzles into you, and it feels protected.
Yeah. And then she puts the owlbear on her head.
That's adorable.
Zephyr, what you
Yes. It's an evening.
doing? Yeah, we're pulling towards nighttime now. Maybe.
All right. Zephyr will buy a bottle of elvish wine. How much would that be?
Like 5 silver.
Okay. I will spend 10 silver and buy 2 bottles. And I will take the bottle up to my room with a glass and just start drinking it while writing in my my ledgers.
Despair would just hang out in Zephyr's room, maybe playing, like, with the
Like my other
toy.
room, the one that I gave you, yeah.
Oh, okay, well...
y'all are in separate rooms.
He's alone right now.
Alright.
He's getting ready
This is
for
my
bed.
private time.
He's not having an owlbear shit on his face.
I got all my private time with my books. I'm gonna go back to, as I said, I'm going back to my precious alchemical guild to go. I don't know, fucking build something, make some chemicals happen.
You sleeping?
Yeah, probably.
Fair enough.
I sleep
On
in
his
about
table.
explosives.
Or that, yeah.
And Jace, what are you up to?
As soon as we got to the end, I would just make a beeline straight for the counter to work out a room arrangement with Persephone, just so I know where I'd be staying.
Yeah, as soon as you arrive, she's already there because she left out the back exit. You want a room? I'm assuming, Jace.
Yes, I would be more than happy to have a room here.
That's going to be 40,000 gold. I'm just kidding. Of course, it's
Hey.
free of
You
charge. And she starts leading you back as she laughs and just tosses you a key to her room, to the room, and opens the door for you. Well, go ahead. Of course, free of charge. And you can stay as long as you want. As long as you're helping me, the king and queen have said that they will let you stay here for free and use the bathhouse for free and whatever you need.
A bathhouse, you say?
Yes.
I
Up in
will
the
definitely see that in the morning.
Excellent. And she kind of closes the door, gives you a wave, and a sign as she exits.
He would probably just quickly look around the room, check the window, make sure everything else is locked, and then he would probably go straight to sleep. A day's worth of travel and drinking in the street, the whole event that happened in the street probably has him pretty tired.
Right. So I'm assuming everyone's going to head off to bed after they do their thing. They're reading and drinking, or they're tinkering in the alchemical guild.
Yes.
Yep. Despair would fall asleep in the bed with her owlbear and cuddle up to it. She'd probably be stirring in bed and maybe honestly have a nightmare.
She was just murdering thousands of owlbears. We're in a room trapped. I'm just
You're on trial in owlbear hell.
Zephyr casts light on his
Really?
glove,
I'll be right back, guys.
reads for an hour, and then when the light starts flickering out, he falls asleep with half a bottle of the wine left.
I'm back, sorry. But yeah, so, you guys all sleep without much of an issue, as none of you got super sauced last night, and wake up to surprisingly quiet morning after the hectic nights you've had. Where does everybody? I'll start with Zephyr. Want to go in the morning? You gonna go regroup? You gonna go do your thing, or what's up?
Zephyr wakes up with... Oh, after you.
I'd just probably swing by the inn to meet up with everyone.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
Zephyr wakes up with his face on the page that he's been writing, and he sees a familiar poem, shakes his head, closes the book, puts it in his bag, and continues downstairs.
Jace?
He would probably get up early. He'd go downstairs without all of his extra weapons, just in his uniform, and just kind of get a drink while he waits for everybody else to come down.
And Despair.
Despair wakes up like usual, ungracefully. Computer just fucked
Your
up.
mic changed. It sounded like you used it.
I know. I apologize. My mic,
You're good.
went out of my computer, so just cut that out. Stuff here. So Despair would wake up ungracefully, like she usually does, and she makes sure that she feeds her owlbear and whatnot, and she walks downstairs with her owlbear, still shaken up from yesterday, annoyed, and her usual feelings towards a lot, and she kind of thinks about also what happened between her and Lewin. And she just...
I kind of forgot about that.
and Lewin... she just goes downstairs.
Okay, as you guys kind of meet up, the two of you meet up in the lobby area of the inn, you kind of see that Persephone unusually is not there right now. She usually waits a while before she goes over to run the guild, but she's not there greeting you.
Despair is kind of confused about that because, it's Persephone, so she's honestly really bored and she doesn't really want to eat anything. So she's just gonna walk out and she's gonna walk to the Adventurers Guild, see if she's there.
You're just gonna stiff Zephyr like that? You ain't gonna say a word to this man in the
Apparently so. And our shot, let's not forget.
I mean, I guess Despair will wave to them.
Oh yeah, he can there too.
Yeah, I think we're all down there.
Yep.
Yeah,
So basically, Despair is off being, I don't know,
Despairing.
Despairing, and the rest of us are actually trying to sit and be normal human beings.
I actually like the image. It's like you guys like, hey, how you guys doing this morning? She just wakes up and just walks off without
Exactly. I need to go brood. I had all night, but I'm a brood anyways.
Is she always like this?
Yes.
I mean, Despair would say, like, hello and whatnot, but more of, like, unsociable hello, like, just, hey. She just walks off towards the Adventurers Guild to see if Persephone is there.
No.
Jace would kind of shield his eyes as you come up again, just be like, oh my gosh, and then he'd notice the owlbear on top of your head, and he'd be like, oh my goodness, what is that precious thing?
Despair beelines it back to him, and she just says, it's my owlbear. Would you like to pet him? His name is Hope.
Before you even gave him permission, he already, sticks a finger up to kind of, let the owlbear kind of, smell him.
The owlbear just butts its head on, his finger.
Well, we can't call it his name is Hope, so Hope butts his head in his finger.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, it's such a precious name. He just pets it.
Yep. Hope will just... and, seems really happy at the pets.
Oh, what a charming creature.
Are y'all following them up on this, or what do y'all do?
I am attempting to eat whatever breakfast we have acquired.
You have not yet.
Oh dear.
Despair
I've
looks
turned in
over to
acquired
Arshawn
breakfast.
to make sure if he's eating anything that she wouldn't like.
Y'all have not acquired breakfast quite well, unless you did before you went down there, which is possible.
No, I'd probably want to be... There'd probably be a group breakfast. You know what, actually, no. I bought something on the way there. I won't say what it is, though, just to keep despair in despair the entire time.
Just shielding your plate as you eat off of it.
No, I meant, street food sort of thing.
Oh, I got you.
Alright, well...
I still have grease in my face.
Well, Despair doesn't really notice it. She's kind of... She's happy that her owlbear is getting Well, Hope is getting really good attention from Jace. And she's actually, like, kind of respecting Jace now, because he respects the Hope.
How could I not? He's so adorable.
Okay, where are y'all headed? You guys gonna go to the guild to see if Persephone's there?
Oh yeah, Despair would say I would probably go to the guild because it's weird that Persephone isn't here.
Is it?
Zephyr will grab a roll and just start cleaning his glasses as he munches.
What is he munching?
A roll.
A roll.
Unless you got something against bread.
Oh,
I mean, yeast
didn't
is
know what
alive.
the roll is.
It's true. And to be fair, so was that, what's it called? So was that weed at one point.
Oh
You
my
know what?
God.
What do we think about...
I-
The wood we were standing on was once alive. There you go. That was also a living thing at one point.
Despair is despairing hard.
Anyway, y'all approach the guild, and you see that the door is closed with a wooden sign on it that just reads "closed," hanging off of the handle, which you
Despair
have never
goes
seen
to the
before.
window, and she just smooshes her face on it to see if Persephone is there.
It is completely empty.
Hmm.
She kind of just knocks on the wall awkwardly.
I just opened the door.
Oh my god.
Right. While Despair is off despairing, I think the rest of us go inside.
Yeah, you
it
open it up.
locked?
There is no lock on it, and you can see that it's completely empty. There's nobody. Well, actually, from what you can see, nobody is there. Nobody's behind the counter. Nobody's over drinking by the tables. Nothing.
I would shout out for Persephone if she's there. I'd be like, Persephone?
What is it? You can hear
Oh, God.
clearly a man in a mocking tone. It's me, Persephone.
I could tell that your voice is not quite the same, and it's quite annoying.
It's me, and it's he stands up from behind the desk, and it's Dan, and he walks
Okay.
over. Persephone's not here right now.
What happened to her? And she just walks to the door, like she's like kind of shouting, like, "What happened to her?"
Well, nothing happened to her particularly. She just the princess had to talk with her. She came down here. Oh, excuse me. She sent a letter down here. Somebody from the requested to speak to her.
Do you know what they're speaking to her of?
Fuck if I know. She didn't tell me. Never tells me nothing.
No, let's
Sounds-
go over to the castle. And
Very well.
Despair just walks off to the castle.
All right. Then
Also, she
just-
kind of keeps her eyes
It's so
peeled
small.
for Nim, just to say
I'm
hi.
cold.
Have the regular pleasantries and stuff, like
Yeah.
hello, how are you?
I know why
Wait,
you
How was
as
your
you
day
guys
this
enter
morning?
Or you guys gonna all do that?
That
I'm
might
assuming?
be it.
Yeah, I don't
But
know
everybody
what's
else
normal
will.
and what's not normal, so I kind of stay with the group to kind of get the
Until
feel of how
later.
the town operates.
When you're
Yeah.
ice.
Okay, as you pull up past the walls of the Therum district and the gates open for you and everything, the people just kind of nod you in, the guards. And you do pass the bathhouse, and you stop in and say hello to Nim. And as you do, Nim is like, Despair, I did not expect to see you here. She's looking around. You know Lewin's in there, right?
I don't care.
Fair enough. He's been quite... I was going to say angry, but I guess that's not really much of a change. He's been a little bit different and seems to be upset specifically about you.
He never even gave me the chance to talk and explain my reasoning, so...
He doesn't like to do that, but I'm glad to see that you're well.
Yeah, I'm well. Somewhat. And she kind of just looks down.
Well, fair enough. It's good to see you, Despair. Are you guys here for a bath or just to say hello?
I'm here to say
just to
hello.
say hello.
Well, understandable, as she smiles. I'm glad you did that. It's good to see you, Wally. It's been quite some time, it feels like. Although it's only really been a day. I must
And
ask
then-
you, have you been hanging out near the inn and outside of the Therum district?
Yes, did you hear about the speech?
I did, but I just heard about it. Of course, I was up here. I didn't actually see it myself. What exactly happened?
Trouble.
There's a crazy old guy who was just really loud and annoying. Jace can explain it, and she just kind of... pulls Jace over beside her. This is Jace, by the way.
He was currently admiring the building and kind of just thinking about how comfortable those bathhouses are. But then he kind of just shakes it off and he looks at across the counter. Oh, what? Hello, my name is Jace.
Well, you've joined the merry group, I can see.
I have. I'm a good friend of Persephone's.
Is that right? She just came passing by here not too long ago.
Yeah, we were on our way to meet her at the keep.
Oh, well, you're going in the right direction, then I can tell you that.
But yes, as for the event yesterday, it was a disgruntled or misguided old man. Some truths, some exaggerations, a lot of fear and hatred and fear-mongering.
General troubled rabble-rousing.
The usual street preacher.
Hatred towards who?
Towards the officials.
The established order.
Oh my. Well, I hope we don't have a revolution on our hands. And she just kind of chuckles.
I don't think it'll come to that.
People are foolish, but not suicidal.
I thought the same. And if people are a little upset, I can understand. But people love it here. This is a great town, or a great city.
The people are not self-destructive enough that they would cause such a ruckus. I think it's just simply an annoyed citizen vocalizing his concerns in virile and just general bullshit. And he's just wiping his glasses.
I sure hope it really is just general bullshit. And I'm glad to see you all, but I must get back to work. Thank you for stopping by. And she kind of looks over behind you guys at the old woman that has walked in with a towel around.
Bye!
Okay, you guys gonna head to the town hall or the city hall?
Indeed.
Yeah!
Yes, sir.
The two guards standing at the front doors kind of knock their pikes together. What are you doing here? They look over at your entire group. What's the problem?
We were hoping to inquire about where Lady Persephone was.
Yes, that.
Why is that any of your business?
Oh, she's a good friend of mine. I don't see how it's any of your business why I'm looking for her.
He looks down at the military jacket. I think they did mention you. And they kind of whisper over to each other inaudibly for a minute. Alright then. And they let the pikes go and kind of open the doors. Be quick with it.
Well, should we head inside?
Seems like a fine idea, yes. Go.
Despair will follow behind unless the guards do, our usual thing where they block her out.
No, they're used to it by now. And as you guys enter past the sort of main hall up by the thrones, you see the king and the queen speaking to Persephone as they kind of sit down at the thrones and she's standing before them.
Despair will listen in to see what they're talking about. Can I make a perception check? Ooh,
Too far.
okay.
You can approach, though.
Despair wants to stay behind.
Yeah, I also do not approach. I'd rather not interrupt anything.
As you guys kind of just stand there, ineffectively listening, the doors close behind you as the guards kind of pull the large doors closed with a loud slam sound as all three of them turn to see you. And they kind of just look like they're finishing up a conversation as Persephone does a polite little curtsy/bow as she walks away. And the king and queen walk behind the thrones and off into the other room. Persephone walks down the stairs and goes over to you guys. What are you all doing here? What's happening? And she just kind of chuckles.
We stopped by.
It's unusual that you were not there. That's it.
Yes.
Oh, sorry if it was any inconvenience to you. The king and queen.
Inconvenience.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I think Jace was just worried about you.
She kind of blushes a little bit. Well, that's okay. Everything is fine. The princess required my assistance. Dan read me the letter she sent, and well, I'm down here, and she just wanted to talk to me.
Did the princess hear about what happened?
I'm afraid it's a little bit more serious than just hearing about it.
Could you tell us what's happening?
She looks around the room. Not here, I can't.
Jace kind of goes over and wraps his arm, or like kind of grabs her arm to kind of allow her to like wrap it around his, and says, "Perhaps we can walk back to the guild and we can continue this conversation there."
She kind of lacks the ability to speak for a moment as you embrace her, and just kind of goes, "Yes, yeah, of course." And she kind of walks off and opens the doors.
Yeah, he'll walk with her. So.
The guards kind of let you guys by without any issue. As you guys approach the guild, and she takes her sign off of the door and lets you in, sits down at the same table that you did before. I'm afraid this is not info that I was supposed to tell you guys, but I don't think I'll be able to just keep it to myself anyway, so I might as well just give up now. The princess was attacked last night.
What?
Yes.
Attacked?
Yes.
Zephyr seems slightly more interested this time.
By who? What did they look like?
It was somebody in town, I forgot the name, and they've been promptly killed by the guards on their escape. Chorus, I believe his name was something. Chorus, I don't remember, but he threw a knife at the princess. It hit her in the shoulder. He tried to run, didn't get very far outside of the town before they killed him. It was a normal man who, I forget what his occupation was, I'm sorry, I'm not very vigilant sometimes, but has been working in this town and living here for many, many years and caused not a bit of a problem until last night.
Well, perhaps the poisonous words that he heard in the streets yesterday led him to do something like this.
Maybe so. It was over at It was over at the pastry shop that the princess goes to all the time. She goes there near every day. It's her favorite place to go, and she was just down there eating pastries late at night, talking to the people of the city as she normally does. And somebody attacked her.
So what did they want to do? What did they want you to do about that, or were they just informing you?
They wanted me to... Well, they were discussing whether or not I should post it as a quest for the guild to investigate the situation, or if there was anything to investigate. To be honest with you, they seemed very panicked. You know, they didn't seem to know what they wanted. They just called me in. They were still very upset about it. I'm to understand it happened only a couple hours ago, in the wee hours of the morning. It's still dark.
Well, look for the man who caused the idea.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, you mean the old man from last night?
The old man, yes. Him.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't think the same. That might be a good place to start. But I have no idea how we'd find him. Did you get a good look at him by any chance?
Well, he looked old, and he was glowing and floating off the ground. It sounds like a very good place to start.
To be honest, we don't have that many... how old exactly?
60s.
Around 60.
Yeah, he said he was 60 years old, correct?
Yes.
You looked at it, right?
Yeah, he did. She thinks for a minute. There's quite a few old men in this town, but none that I would know would do something like that. There's old Farron by the docks, the old fisherman. Most of them are fishermen, now that I think about it, but none of them would be up here causing a panic like this. He must have been new to the town.
Probably.
Yes.
We should ask around, though.
Well, perhaps if we
Think
start
it
at the
might
crime
be.
scene and look for any additional clues that perhaps the guardsmen missed.
That might be a good idea. The pastry shop is not too far away. It's just down that road. And she kind of points in a direction.
Probably good to go take a look then.
I agree.
Arshad, you should probably get out everything that you need for investigation like last time. You know. Wow, everyone is silent.
He did.
I was waiting for him to respond.
Arshad?
Sorry, something went wrong. What's up?
Despair would just say, grab your gear to see if you find anything alchemical.
Very well, yes.
He's always prepared for such a thing.
Yes. What do you think all this is? I open up my jacket to reveal all the various little bubbling, concoctions in my jacket.
Well, I would love to join you all. And she kind of squeezes on Jace's hand as she says that, and says, but, of course I have to open up here. It's already pretty late, and I have to run the inn too. But I'm sure you all have it handled. I've seen what you're all capable of.
We'll be sure to give you the details.
Yes.
Excellent. Just let me know if you need anything, of course. Well, goodbye. And she kind of stands up and gives you another bow and just walks off and takes the closed sign completely off the table and starts setting up as you guys kind of are left to your...
Well, let me retrieve my gear really quick, and I'll join you all as we leave.
Alrighty.
So Jace just goes upstairs and gets his weapons.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Despair would probably just wait around. Maybe she would actually eat something by now. Maybe she would probably eat some toast.
Y'all are headed to a pastry shop. Oh.
Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, she wouldn't eat anything.
Fair enough.
And she would just wait. And she would just, pat her owlbear, who's still on her head.
So it's off to the pastries, then?
And it.
Alright. As you approach the pastry shop, it's a nice, quaint little wooden place with a couple lamps outside and like a painted wooden logo outside that just says Tika's Pastries. And you walk in and there's a human woman of middle age with rosy cheeks and blonde hair smiling as she's kind of behind the counter, and a couple people are eating pies and various pastries and stuff at a couple tables.
Jace kind of blows past everybody and just goes to the counter. Well, hello there.
I look at the displays and see what they have available before we blow through the counter.
Yeah.
Wait.
Despair would as well.
Oh, you're looking at what's out. So if you look at there's a pretty advanced looking, not advanced, but a nice glass setup, which is pretty rare to see, especially in a town like this, displaying all sorts of pastries and little treats, cupcakes and the like. And you can see there's people drinking coffee too, other things that are available similar to that, some milk and stuff behind the counters, and some sort of icy refrigerating situation.
I have a question for you, DM.
What?
I need to know if these sweets would count as rations.
No, fuck you.
Fuck.
No, just kidding. No. Yeah,
no nutritional value. No. It was a thought.
Yeah.
But Zephyr's still going to buy 5 cookies.
Understandable.
Is there any do donuts exist? In this...
Donuts exist? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, donuts exist.
Why not?
Right.
Despair is going to get a huge pack of donuts.
Do they have sausage rolls?
Zephyr doesn't
I would say probably not. It's mostly
Wow.
non-meat pastries here.
Zephyr doesn't even ask the price. He just throws 5 gold onto the table and starts loading up cookies.
She's kind of chuckling as she sees you all scouring around the food. Well, I'm glad to see that you enjoyed my selection.
And Despair just kind of whispers to Zephyr, Despair just whispers to Zephyr, could you pay for that as well?
I mean, I threw 5 gold on there.
No, he paid.
Alright, so Despair would just be eating the donuts. All the donuts, you'd just be snacking on them. And she would hold one out. Well, she would hold a plain donut to her owlbear to eat it. And then everyone is silent again. God damn it!
No, Jace is pretty much at the counter, completely ignoring all the pastries and forgetting why he was there, and just kind of making small talk with the person behind the counter.
I'm just I don't know. I'd probably just buy a couple of what I want. Fuck it. Danishes. Buy like 2 or 3 Danishes and sit down.
Danishes. Anyone else really
Hey,
fucking
lady.
hungry?
A little bit.
Yep.
Lady, could you tell us a little bit about what happened last night?
Don't fuck with the next one.
Yeah, there was a tender assassin.
Oh god, why are you doing it too?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Gritty is dead.
No!
Did his microphone die?
Ooh, that's a bad one. Just drop out on call and rejoin. Drop out and reconnect.
Oh god, did he even hear us?
Evidently.
I had 24 cuts to make. Don't worry about it.
Oof.
I apologize.
Just come back when you can here.
Yep.
Drop calls are like the most common bullshit. Don't worry about it.
Oh. So he didn't hear anything.
God damn it! It was so good too!
Ah, well.
It's okay. I can cut it together so that it sounds like he heard the whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll just tell him after.
Yeah, when he comes back, we can just tell him what we said and then just pick up from there.
Yep. True enough.
Yes, indeed.
How are you guys doing?
Still sending sexy. Still feeling like shit.
Still feeling like shit. Still feeling like shit. I don't know if I can go. I don't know if I can go much longer, honestly.
I'm doing alright.
I'm pretty ill, but I'll hold on for another 20 minutes or so for the 2-hour runtime.
Yeah, we could probably just finish up the pastry stuff, poke around, and then call it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Good place to stop.
Hello!
Please speak. Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go.
We hear a zombie.
Shit.
So what was the last thing you heard from us then?
Fucking, I just ended it with like, I was like, she's just watching y'all go at these fucking pastries.
Alright. Why don't we start from that point? Because I think we had just basically decided to buy various bits and pastries, and then
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
yelling
all
at Despair and Zephyr because they were talking with their mouth full.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
heard all that. That's all I got. Alright. Yeah, she just kind of looks at you and says, well, is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh,
That's like an old man.
Stop talking with your mouth full. Chew and swallow first.
Maybe let this one do the talking for now. And she just kind of chuckles and points at ours.
Alright, very well. So we were told that there was an incident last night.
Well, she looks down and kind of, her rosy cheeks and a gleeful expression drops. Yes, there was.
Very. We are here from the palace to investigate. Don't worry, we're not coming for you. We just want to know what happened. What can you tell us?
Well, the princess was here, as she very frequently is, right? She came down and just asked for her usual, and a cup of coffee and just a cookie. That's all she ever has when she comes in here. And she's the most pleasant woman I've ever met, and there's never
Smart
been any
woman.
issue before. What's that?
Smart woman.
Up, making the shutting up of now, alright?
Yes, very smart, actually. And when she was just talking to a couple people, and fucking, I forgot when I reset my goddamn computer that I lost all my fucking notes because I didn't goddamn save them.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna have to wing this encounter, or
Oh, boy.
this situation,
Go
this
for it, don't worry
retelling.
about it.
1 second. Oh fuck yeah, I lost so many notes, but it's okay. I'm just gonna wing it. What happened last night, if I can remember what I typed, is she was just hanging out like she usually is, and there was a man that was unfamiliar to all of us, and well, not unfamiliar to all of us, but unfamiliar to me rather. And she spoke to him and just asked him a question, and asked him if he was enjoying his food, and he looked at her without saying anything, and it confused us all, and it just kind of felt uncomfortable as he just stood up, and he said, "I'm sick of your shit," something like that, and just without any sort of indication of what was going to happen next, he throws a knife at her, and just immediately runs out the door. And I start helping the princess, and we bring her over to Persephone's to see if she's there, and she wasn't there, so all of us in the shop had to escort her back. And I didn't see where the man went, but I heard they caught him. That's all I really know. I just gave her to the hands of the guards as soon as they saw us walking up.
So an insane anarchist attacked the princess in public.
I guess so. It had to be inspired from the provocation. Must be what happened last night.
Zephyr swallows his cookie.
It happened. Yeah.
Zephyr swallows his cookie and says, "Where were the royal guard? She was here alone?"
She always is. She loves to roam the town and just talk to people on her own. The guard used to try and keep her contained, but she never really minded, and it never was a problem until last night. And I have a feeling things are going to change.
It seems her independence has brought a wound to her. Perhaps she'll be wise enough to take the royal guard next time.
Seems that way, but she's told me before. It's not like I haven't asked, right? She says she doesn't like the image that it propels of her walking around with, guards dressed in red and gold at her every footstep, and she doesn't like the look of it, if you know what I mean.
Admirable if foolish.
Yes. I think you could say that. I wish I could help you more, but that's really all I know.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was a young man. Maybe 23, 24, something like that.
Well known in the community?
Apparently, I didn't know him, but he worked over on the docks, I think. He's not a fisherman, but I think he was a merchant, actually. He helped one of the fishermen sell his fish. He's never stopped by here before. Maybe he just heard that the princess does, because she does come by here all the time. And most of the people by the docks don't come out here very often. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing here. It seemed like he had intent, He just had a cookie and... excuse me, it was a piece of pie. And a glass of water. And just sat there, not even really eating it, just looking and waiting.
He came with the intent to attack her.
That's what it seems like to me.
Perhaps we should look at the docks and see if we can't trace this man back to someone else.
Yes, it sounds like a very good idea.
I agree with the man with the wonderful hair.
Do you guys mind if I ask you a question, since you seem to know so much?
Certainly.
The man last night, do you know who he was?
We do not. We are also looking into that.
Yes.
No. The only thing I could tell you is he's new here and suspicious to me, and there is a new shop nearby that is also suspicious to me. I have no idea if he has anything to do with it, but just a feeling, if you will.
A shop, you say? Of what?
It's a meat pie shop. I thought they were going to steal my thunder. It's been here for a couple of months now, but nobody ever went in there. I tried one myself. It was fucking nasty, right? And all of a sudden, there's a boom in popularity, and everyone's going there. And, I don't know. Apparently, he changed his recipe. It's a man named Yorick Matlock that runs the place, and I haven't much cared for him. He was a little cocky, if you will, running his shop, and all of a sudden he figured out some sort of thing, and his shop is popular again. And he said he got a little help, and I was always suspicious that he wouldn't tell me anymore. And that thing last night happened. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy, but, I fucking hate Yorick, and I fucking hate that guy last night. That's all I know.
It's men
Pious,
devouring
say
men,
no
my
more,
dear,
and then
who
just-
are we to deny it here?
Okay, so sorry. Despair would just say, meat pies? Say no more. Where the fuck is this place?
Just a couple doors down.
Oh no.
Yes, I wish to try one of these meat pies.
Despair's
No,
endless.
you don't! And then she just puts up a finger.
Despair's endless pursuit to destroy all butchers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she got a lot of work ahead of her, my guy.
Yep. And Despair would just say, alright, I'm going. And she just goes out by herself.
Me too! And I hurry.
Oh boy.
Zephyr has a very curious and disbelieving expression, but just cleans his glasses and keeps walking behind them.
I am like very cautiously following behind this entire escapade.
As you guys
Oh.
leave the door, she looks over
No,
at you
I-
and goes, "Be careful! Yorick is a fucking asshole!" And she just gives you a wave.
Oh yeah. Despair,
woman.
before Despair goes, she would bring her donuts.
Oh,
The cookies never left Zephyr's hand.
yeah.
Despair would be like horfing down the donuts while she just stomps on over to this meat pie shop.
The closer you guys get, the sooner you realize there is a weirdly large crowd, almost a line forming outside the doors, as a couple people are sitting down eating meat pies outside, but most people are waiting to get in. And as you walk up and kind of bump into somebody in the crowd, he goes, "Get the fuck off of me!" And he just kind of turns back around in line.
Sir, watch your tone.
And he completely ignores you and keeps looking forward.
Who is this man?
Some random guy.
What does he look like?
He's an elf, decently tall, blonde hair.
Despair looks over to Zephyr and then she just gestures over to him.
Yeah, he's a dick.
They exist. They're assholes.
I can confirm he's an asshole.
Indeed.
I mean, she asked.
I just brush past him again on purpose and continue towards the shop.
Y'all are at the back of a line that's leading towards the shop. And as you guys kind of walk up past the line, people are kind of yelling at you. You notice somebody actually spit at you. Everybody in the area seems to be weirdly angry as you enter. "Yeah, you gotta wait in line like everybody else!" somebody says as you start to head towards the door.
We're not going to actually order anything. We are just going to talk to the owner. We know him, don't you know?
A little boy, "Not going to order, are you? You're just going inside to talk to him, is you?" He kind of
Well, yeah.
has an
Well, yes.
angry expression on his face and puts up a middle finger. "Fuck you! Wait in the back of the line like everybody else!"
I immediately cast command on 3 of them at level 2,
Oh god.
and I say, silence.
Well, this was going relatively well, and now we've done this. Okay, this will just be fantastic.
I haven't assaulted
I
anyone.
gotta look up the spell. Like, fucking command.
I've got it right here. Hang on. At
Wisdom
level 2,
save.
it can affect 2 targets. Wisdom save of 13. Anyone
Well,
within 60 feet. So I'll take the kid that's being annoying and the dude that's bitching about us getting in line.
Okay, so now you're mind controlling children. Yeah, we're really setting.
I mean, nothing too untoward. No more than a parent does. Oh, snap.
Okay,
Wisdom save 13.
it works on all but the little boys.
Ah,
They kind
fuck.
of grumble and... Wait, what did you command exactly again? To be
Silence.
quiet?
Silence.
Oh, silence. Yeah, they kind of stop their shouting, 2 of them, and just turn back around, except the little boy. He spits at you and goes, "You fucking be quiet! Wait in line like everybody else!
What did we even do to you?
Shut the fuck up! You're trying to get in front of me in line and trying to get a meat pie before me, and I'm not gonna let it happen!"
Despair will pick up this boy.
Oh,
and
God.
she will walk through the line.
That's
and
far
she will
worse.
Yep, and she will put him right in front of everyone, and she will walk away.
Get the
Oh,
fuck off of
snap!
me! He's kicking and screaming
Oh,
as you
boy.
lift him up,
Jesus.
and everybody just starts yelling at you as you cut in front and put the boy in front, and somebody
This
pushes
was
the
an
boy.
escalation. This was a terrible escalation.
The
Don't
person who
touch
was in front
me.
of him pushes the boy over. "Get the fuck out of my way!"
I'm just helping the boy. Shut
He-
your fucking mouth.
He was talking to
Okay.
the boy.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
He's out trying to pick fights with everybody.
Jace is just gonna shout over the crowd incredibly loud. He's just gonna be like, "Will everyone just calm the hell down You're all going to get your food. We're just passing by. And then can I make a persuasion check, perhaps, to maybe make people shut the fuck up? 8!
Oof.
You hear an immediate
As a
backfire
capital O.
of swearing and screaming and middle fingers just facing you as you shout out to them. And people just kind of turn back around, grumbling to themselves, waiting in line as the little boy gets pushed out of the way as he tries to stand back up, and he just kind of moves to the back of the line, angry, and can tell he's not going to get in there.
Oh,
I just
boy.
look
as
at
you guys are
and I'm like,
They're
what
trying
the
to help.
fuck?
You can, in fact, see the smiling man at the counter wearing a nice, dapper little vest and one of those, like, I don't know what they're called, those tie things that are, like, more of a string and a bow.
Bolo
You know what I'm
tie.
talking about? A bolo tie, yeah, he's wearing one of those. And he's like, you're not going to wait in line like everybody else, is you? Is that right?
No, because we're kind and generous people.
Kind of generous. Not really much like the people who shop here, but that's fine. Yeah, we're ending soon. Not much of the people that shop here, but I understand. But if you're going to want a meat pie, you're going to have to wait in line just like everybody else.
We wanted to speak to the owner, not you or your pies.
I am the owner, thank you very much. And he gives you a nice little bow.
What's your
can
name?
you just...
My name is Yorick Matlock, the proud owner of Yorick's Meat Pies. Why, pray tell, are you looking for me?
Can you perhaps leave one of your workers to tend to the line at the meat pies and step aside to speak with us for a moment?
I don't see why not. Boy! He turns around and this 20-year-old looking man kind of goes up and starts tending to the loud, angry crowd. As he walks off behind the desk in front and kind of walks up to you guys. What can I do you for?
And
Are
I
your
think
customers always this angry?
What's that?
Are your customers always this angry?
Fuck yeah, they are.
Any particular reason why?
Okay, fine, now. I've been running a meat pie shop. Nobody wants to come here. They come here and they're all pissed off, but they're buying a meat pie, so I don't give a fuck.
You have no idea why they would have such fanaticism against over it.
I don't fucking know.
Can I insight check him?
You want it? Yeah, hit it.
I don't believe for a second that it's just because they're delicious.
Yeah. May I
Sure.
make one as well?
Insight, that's a +5. Cool. That's a 20.
15 plus
Yeah,
20.
15 plus 5. I'm actually looking now.
Yeah.
You can tell that as proud, like overly proud as he is, he really does think it's just because his pies are delicious. However, that is unlikely the reason that somebody just pushed a child.
Where did you had a how did she put it? She told us that he had somebody come in and give him like come in and back his business because originally it wasn't doing so well, correct?
Yeah, she said that apparently he talked to some guy and now his business is doing better than it ever was.
Do you have a partner with this business?
Nope. Any other questions?
I kind of flash him a gold piece as like we are looking for a partner in this business.
He takes the gold piece and puts it in his pocket. Nope. Anything else?
Well, does he? If he tries to forcibly take it
I
out
would
before
like-
he answers, I'm going to hold on to it.
I would like to. Hang on.
Like
let me
I just
check
clutch
here.
it. I just clutch it in my fingers and not let him take it.
I would
Yeah,
like
that's
to
fine.
cast Zone of Truth.
Oh my god.
But I have to hide the somatic gesture, so I'd like to make a sleight of hand check.
That's fine. All of your spells are like cracking things wide open, and it pisses
I mean, to
me
be
off.
perfectly
What's the
honest, he's a talker more than a fighter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh shit, that's only a +1. Oh god.
Can Despair, like, assist?
Not the spell. I don't think.
16.
Yeah, it should be a saving throw, I believe.
Wait, would it?
No,
what did
it's a sleight of hand.
1d20 plus
Oh, I'm
1
sorry.
is 14.
14 total?
Yeah, does he
Is there
buy
a way
it?
Despair could,
I just like, as I stretch out my arms and like do the fucking gestures.
Yeah, he buys it.
Awesome. Okay, that's a charisma saving throw of 13.
Yeah. He
That's everyone in the
that.
circle, unfortunately, guys.
Oh, all right.
I don't lie.
So it's literally it just forces them. To
No, it's just a center.
Oh my god, I just did it. That's bullshit. But okay.
It doesn't say that I can't choose creatures, so yeah, you're
You
all gonna
can't
have to
make
roll.
You can't make them speak. Sorry, you can't actually make them.
They don't have to speak the
you just
truth. They
can't
can just say
voluntarily
nothing,
lie.
but they can't lie.
Yeah, I got it. So yeah, that worked, and it is functioning. So what's up?
Okay, I will say, you're certain you have no one else to attribute to the success of your business?
Well, just me and my new friend.
Your
just
friend?
Clears his throat. No. Yes, my new friend that I met the other. The fuck? And he kind of covers his mouth.
You met someone the other day. That's what we've heard from other people.
I must be going now. No, I don't. I'm saying that as an excuse. I don't need to go anywhere.
I love the smell.
What else can I do for you?
You can tell us who your partner is.
I was.
Just keep
Can I
his
make
mouth
a?
shut.
Can I make an intimidation check on him and just kind of firmly state my question again as Jace is getting a little annoyed?
Yeah.
All right, so basically, I kind of look down at him as I am rather tall, and I kind of just glare at him, and Jace just says, "We asked you a question. We have you here right now, and you're going to answer that damn question, and we'll be out of your hands so you can serve your meat pies."
Hit me with the intimidation roll.
11. Shit roll today.
Oh my god.
I'm going to lean over the table and I'm going to try persuasion with, it's very much in your best interest not to hamper our investigation. If you want your business to keep in business, I suggest you do give up your comrade. He's not going to be harmed. We just want to speak to him. Would that be
roll.
Would that be persuasion or would that be intimidation? It's up to you.
It could be either, I would think.
Yeah, fuck it. It's up to you.
Then I'll give me the one that gives me +3.
Yeah.
That is a 12. Not great, but
Ineffective.
Alright, so Despair is just going to take out her. Well, actually, she's just
Oh, God.
gonna, like. She's just gonna look at him in the eye and she's just gonna say, "You're gonna tell us who and where this man is, or else this business is going to be rightfully destroyed by me."
that.
Oh, shit.
My God,
Okay.
we're gonna get arrested again.
Let me see that shit.
Welcome to the group, Jace.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find. Alright, so I'm just gonna use my strength. Alright, so +3. Yay!
Oh god. Hold on. Wait, what's the roll? It's not popping up for me.
That's a 17.
Okay. That one actually worked. It's some old guy. I don't know his name. Shit. And he just turns around and kind of starts to walk off.
If he does
I
know
got
his
it.
name, he
Sure.
has
Lock the door.
He doesn't know his name. He can't
okay.
lie.
Just making sure.
Oh boy.
Where is he?
Oh, actually, I misread it. He doesn't know his last name. But he does know his first name.
He doesn't have to say it if he doesn't want to, though.
Well, he can't lie, though. That's true. But I said the thing. I'll just let you know. He goes, it's Charles some shit. I don't know. Some old guy. I don't know. And he just turns around and starts to walk away.
Despair's still blocking the door. Where is he?
I don't know. He came in here one day, and that's it. That's all I know. He came in here and said he could help me, and that's it. And that's it. That's all I'm
How
gonna say.
did he help you?
I'm not gonna say anything more. Just please let me get back to my business. I've done nothing wrong.
I look over at Despair and give her a sort of, I turn away from him, and then with my hand I reach up and I do a stop motion, just like the hand across the throat, like we're done here sort of look.
Alright, and Despair will just walk away from the entrance.
As soon as you step out of his way, he crawls back behind the desk and just goes to the next customer. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. Let's get it back on the road. And he starts kind of working it again, serving out his meat pies and taking the wads of cash that are, or the bundles of coin that are thrown at.
Arshad,
Yes.
you're an alchemist, you say?
Yes, yes I am. Sorry.
I think we should probably take one of these meat pies, if you could perhaps or run an analysis on it to see if perhaps this old man is giving him a recipe that stirs up some anger in the people who consume it.
Seems wise.
This does not seem like a bad idea. No, gladly if you pass one to me, I will do it.
I'll wait in the fucking extremely long line to buy a pie.
And we're gonna wrap it up there with you guys waiting in this big ass line of douchebags.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
Hey.
Mrs. Lovin' sweet pies, savory and sweet pies.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you for watching!
Thanks for watching,
Thank you for
guys.
watching!
Yep.
Welcome, Jace Thorne. I'm glad that
yeah.
you're here.
Yes,
Yeah,
welcome,
thank-
Jace.
thank you for
to
having me.
Dungeons
See
See
and
you all
Drama.
next time on Dungeons, and don't ever talk to me again, bitch. Bye, everybody.
Bye!
Bye.
I can't wait to get a hold of this this next game
Meat
because
pie.
I am really excited to invest myself in this Sweeney Todd-esque situation.
Oh, Despair just absolutely hates this crowd right now. Like, she could just cut them all up if she needs to. Or make her own fucking human meat pie.
Oh God!
God.